Ahoy there! Today I'm going to do a little bit of digging into Bad News Brown and hopefully figure out the biggest issue that's plaguing it, at least as far as we've gotten figured out with this car so far, which is the fuel pump issue. Here's what we got going on. So, batteries all hooked up, everything's all together. We're going to take the key in addition to on. This is the starter right here. It's running. Must be there's some fuel in the something. What? Did that literally just fix itself? What the f? It's fixed. What the heck? I don't know. I legitimately was like a little worried about this being like a massive issue. And out it runs. I have no idea what I did. I didn't do anything. Maybe it just needed to run for a little while and or maybe I just don't know how to start it. I don't know. I kind of feel a little bit dumb, but issue resolved. Video over. Thanks for watching. No, I'm just kidding. I guess we're just gonna go take it for a rip to the gas station, go put some fresh gas in it now. I don't really know what else to do, really. Let's check the coolant, do a couple of other onesie-twosie things, check the trans fluid, stuff like that over on it, because that's definitely worth doing. So, let's go knock some stuff out still. Make sure I'm not losing my mind. I don't know if this has to be flipped this way or this way when running it, but we got that to on. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what, I did do nothing. I literally did nothing and now it works. I don't understand, but whatever. So if you guys watched any of the previous videos involving Bad News Brown, you saw that I pretty much had to force the fuel pump to get power with a set of jumper leads, and that was the only way that the car would actually run and start, and now it's magically fixed. So I really don't understand, but I can't complain because a free fix is a really easy fix. So, hey. All right. Let's see now. What are we looking at for oil? Oil's clean, basically right at the full line. I did add a little bit of coolant, power steering fluid at the full cold line. So I think all the major fluids we really need. Brake fluid's good. So I think we're ready for a test drive. I really should check the trans fluid before we go, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that when we get home. I'm not gonna be going real far. Still can't believe it just fixed itself, but four-wheel drive. I did bring these with me just in case. I don't know if we're going to be needing them really. Four-wheel drive works perfectly. Looks like we got a left-hand side blinker out. I'll have to do some digging into that in a second, see what we got going on, but tires just started breaking free in a second there. Granted, it's a little wet outside, but it's still impressive. A fan of this swap. It's pretty awesome. I plan on doing a swap in the Carib at some point in time. I don't know if I'm going to go the same route as this or really exactly what's going to happen. I got my hands on a GE that I found. I kind of want to do that with ITBs. I feel like that would be the right thing to do, but that's years down the road. I got to get the manual transmission in it first and rally car done and everything else done first before we get there. So let's go outside and do a headlight check. We're running about 180, I think it's 180, 185, somewhere in there, so that's all good. Got a brake light, blinker. Brake light, blinker. What do we got going on over here? Corner light, dim headlight, corner light, a dim headlight. Yeah, it looks like the left front blinker bulb is out, so that's an easy fix. We'll take care of that today too. But for now, let's get some gas in this thing. We're definitely gonna lube this up because that's a little sticky. And that was a little grody too. Ew. Dirty fingers. We'll put the good stuff in there. All the cars like the good stuff and they've been off the road for a while. I'm gonna wipe this thing down. This thing's gross. Only took about 4 gallons of gas and it was full, which isn't really what I was hoping. I was kind of hoping that it would take a little bit more than that, but oh well. Fixed. I don't understand. I'm both happy that it was something simple, like so simple I didn't have to do anything, but I'm kind of bummed because I really was looking forward to learning and like pushing myself, you know what I mean? But hey, whatever. Maybe it just needed to come back to life a little bit or needed a little bit better a battery in it or something. I don't know. I don't understand, but we're gonna go take it for a rip right now. I'm gonna reset the odometers to see how far I get with it. And fingers crossed, we are good to go. About 203,140 miles on it right now. It is warm, so we should have some heat, but there is not much heat coming out of this vents. The blower motor's aggressive. So we may have an issue with the flap down at the bottom over there not working, so I might do some monkeying with that later today yet. But for now, that's not really a concern. Boy, it smells like pee-pee with that on there. Oh, mouse pee smells my favorite. Steering wheel in that perfect place where the blinker won't stay on. Traffic, 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 traffic. Yeah. At this interior and it's blowing real hard, but I'm not getting a lot out of the vents, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some flap adjustments and let's see if we can't get this heat coming in this cab a little bit better, because I don't really want to be driving with well, A, no wiper blades because they're off and on the floor, and B, no defrost. So let's get this dialed in first before we go real far. Alright, in previous vehicles I've had issues with this flap right up here being the reason that this thing doesn't open up. Yep. Got heat coming out of this vent now. Got to come out of these metal ones. Set the defrost. I think there might just be some obstructions in this that needs to get cleaned out, but I got heat now. So I'll see if I can get this a little bit better for you guys. I got a moth in here. Get out of here, buddy. Go away. So I guarantee this will be the issue with yours, but let's see. This one right here, I've had issues with this flap not opening and closing properly. And with that, the flap for the heater core will get blocked off, so it won't be putting heat out. I don't know if it's specifically designed for the feet or for the head or what exactly, but I've had cars that have had no heat, and that's just been the issue right there. So we've got a really noisy blower motor, which needs to get some cleaning out. I gotta real quick cut this video off to show you something that showed up in the mail today that I am super stoked about. There are only 4 Sprinter cabs that I'm aware of in the United States of America, and 2 of them for sure had this exact style inclinometer, and now I am the 3rd. I found this for sale online and had to jump on it. So it needs a little bit of tweaking yet, but this is an altimeter, so it's a clinometer that also has an altimeter on it. There's no 4-wheel drive light, but that's okay. I'm gladly going to sacrifice that 4-wheel drive light for this because this is really cool. So this is going to probably go in the Carum, and when I'm out west in a couple of years with it on a big road trip, I'll be able to see the altitude I'm at, which is pretty freaking cool. I know the 4Runners and stuff had these. This only says it only goes to, looks like 3,000 feet of altitude. Maybe it's a little bit different depending on how this is laid out. I'm not real sure yet. I got to figure out how it works, but either way, this showed up, and I am super stoked. You guys have no idea how excited I am to finally find one of these things. I've been hunting for one of these for years, and this one's in really good shape. The lens needs a bit of polishing, but yeah, I cannot wait to throw this in the Carib, and I can't wait to show you everything we got planned for the Carib later this year. So stay tuned for that, and that's all I got here. Back to the video. All right, well, behind the glove box, there isn't normally a computer, obviously, but somebody swapped this AC one out with a non-AC box, because this was a factory AC car at one point in time. Well, I guess I can't guarantee it was a factory AC car, but it most likely was. All right, it's a little bit of extra tomfoolery to get it out with the computer being here, but got the blower box out. You can see there is a little mouse nest. Okay, well, maybe it's a big mouse nest. That is why that blower motor smells like pee-pee and is super noisy. So, yeah. I should probably not dump this right in my workstation, but it's pretty disgusting. So, I'm going to go ahead and clean this out. Get rid of all these mice turds. And, yeah, hopefully get this thing to stink a little less. Blow a little better heat. Because that's pretty bad. It's like way up in this vent right here on top of the heater core, which is not really where you want that to be. All right, everything's put back together. Made a little bit of a mess, but we'll clean that out a little later on. I think before I really do anything like this, I really should just start checking transmission fluid levels. So let's go do that real quick. Now, verifying the transmission fluid level is probably one of the most important things you should do when buying, maintaining, owning one of these cars. If your transmission fluid runs out, transmission burns up, you're kind of SOL. They're getting pretty scarce, pretty hard to find these days. Nobody's been making parts for them for quite a long time, but it's easy to check, so I'll show you how right now. So, this right there is one of the fill plugs for the transmission. Another one is kind of behind this little bracket right there. If you still have that bracket in place, I would just kind of encourage you to use this one. It is very, very, very crucial that this transmission is full of fluid. So all you want to do is pop that plug out and verify that there's fluid in it. I have a full video showing how to change the transmission fluid in this thing, including what plugs to pull out and things like that. So if you'd like to watch that, I'll link in the description. But beyond that, we're going to go ahead and pull this plug out now and hope this thing's full of fluid. If not, we'll top her off. Dirty fluid is better than no fluid. So 24 millimeter sockets do work, but I kind of like these little offset wrenches. They kind of work the best in my opinion. Well, no fluid's running out. So let's go ahead and top this thing off, see what we get in there. All right, fluid's all full. Let's go take it for a test drive. Well, I'm headed back home again. Got a couple miles down on it, and the exhaust muffler thing broke off. So, but we have heat, which is awesome news. It's pretty warm. So, yeah, kind of unfortunate, but we'll get her reattached here in a few. Yeah, that muffler popped out. Not gonna lie, I don't think I want to deal with that today. I could probably slide it back in there and make it work, but it's wet, it's cold, it's my day off, so maybe I'll, in a couple of days, I'll drag her back around front and get the welder out, maybe slip that muffler back in, try to weld it so it doesn't fall out again. But hey, she runs, she drives, she stops, and the ignition switch issue is figured out, which I'm super stoked about that. So And it's just got heat. The blower motor isn't as noisy, so we made some pretty good progress today. I still can't believe that the ignition switch issue is fixed. I'm a master mechanic, I guess. I just fix things without trying. If only everything would work that easy. Anyway, gonna wrap it up for me today. Appreciate it. Hope you guys have been enjoying Bad News Brown. Beyond that, that's all I got for today. Catch you at the next one. Adios.